Hello, and welcome. In the light brown screen behind me, you can see the title of this presentation, Access Audit of the Ohio State University 18th Avenue Library Gender Neutral Restroom, by myself, Kaleb Masterson, and Sterling Nix. In the upper right corner of the screen, you can see my face. I have light skin and short brown hair with a beard, and I'm wearing a green shirt, square black glasses, and I'm in front of a white screen. Just to give you a quick preview, first I'll introduce you to the space and context for this audit, and then I'll present our findings surrounding space and mobility and sensory features. Sterling will then go over signage and digital wayfinding, and then our conclusion and recommendations. This bathroom was constructed recently to address the need for a gender-neutral restroom in the 18th Avenue Library. All other restrooms in the building are multi-use, and therefore, according to recent Ohio state law, have to be gendered, leaving trans, non-binary, and gender-expansive students, faculty, and staff with limited options. In the image on the left side of the screen, you can see a sign that says restroom to the right of the bathroom entrance, which also has an icon of a toilet and of a wheelchair. This is the international symbol of accessibility, indicating the space is ADA compliant. Drawing on the disability justice principle of intersectionality, we conducted an access audit focused on the needs of disabled, trans, non-binary, and gender-expansive students, faculty, and staff. We centered our audit around the concept of access intimacy, defined by disability justice writer Mia Mingus as that warm feeling that you get when someone else just gets your access needs without having to explain it. Mingus and others, including critical disability studies scholar Dr. Margaret Price, have elaborated on this concept and argued in favor of selective access. Selective access involves working together as a community to address everyone's access needs together, sharing resources, and moving together at whatever speed is necessary to leave no one behind. Navigating access intimacy collectively means that we consider the needs of everyone when improving access to gender-neutral restrooms, including those who are most impacted by disability. So we therefore focused our audit on the space and mobility concerns that might arise for people who use assistive devices to move around, sensory features that might impede access for people with various neurodevelopmental and cognitive needs, and the signage and digital wayfinding required to learn about and access the restroom. In terms of space and mobility, we noticed right away that there were several features designed for wheelchair access, including an accessible hand dryer. In the image on the left side of the screen, you can see that there's a low toilet seat and handlebars on either side of the toilet. However, there are also a few points of concern, including some tight spaces that made the soap hard to reach and also posed a problem between the toilet seat and the toilet paper dispenser. So as you can see in this picture on the left, the toilet paper dispenser leaves limited room to accommodate a knee brace or a cast, somewhere on the left side of the body. Perhaps most notably, the door to the restroom is not automatic, instead requiring me to push it open to enter. We were surprised to learn that this may actually meet ADA standards if the door weighs less than 5 pounds, since it does appear to meet the width requirements for a power chair. Regardless, though, this poses a considerable access barrier for some, since not everyone can push open a door of any weight. And this is especially the case since the door doesn't stay open once you've opened it. It instead immediately begins closing quite quickly. We also looked at sensory features of the bathroom that might impact accessibility, specifically lighting, smells and chemicals, and sounds and crowds. The restroom is well lit while still incorporating features that accommodate light sensitivity. So shown in the image to the right side of the screen, you can see the white ceiling and 3 white walls of the bathroom, and the walls are done in shiny white tile. In the upper corners where the ceiling meets the walls, light filters out of a small gap between the ceiling panels and the walls to light the room without using a light fixture that might trigger migraines and other light sensitivities. While this is an improvement on the bright central overhead standard light, the white wall tiles reflect the filtered light, and they might still pose a problem for people with certain severe light sensitivities. So moving on to smells and chemicals, the restroom is located right next to the library cafe kitchen, so you have to make it through a barrage of different smells to get there, and they may be detectable to some in the restroom as well. As Stephen Gill has written on food allergy being relational, people with food allergies are impacted by the decisions of the people around them, making access inherently collective. Close proximity to the cafe may pose a concern for people with severe allergy and or chemical sensitivity, especially since OSU does not guarantee that any of their food is allergen-free. Proximity to the cafe also resulted in people crowding around the entrance while waiting for their orders. So to get to the restroom, you had to navigate through an area that is pretty consistently loud and crowded throughout the day.
Hello, my name is Sterling Nix. I'm a black man with curly hair, wearing a navy t-shirt with a tan collar. Behind me is a window framed with a dark wood and a beige wall. On this slide, we look to signage as a form of accessibility. A picture present on this slide is a floor guide that is red and white and gray at the bottom, listing 5 floors from the basement to the 4th floor, offering a layout of the 18th Avenue Library. The bathroom we are researching on its exterior provides the international symbol of accessibility, indicating ADA compliance despite there being no automatic door. As for the building map and signage, the restroom is not shown on the floor layout map, nor is it clearly marked with signs. As a complement to physical signage, we look to digital wayfinding as a form of accessibility. Here we see a map digitally of the 18th Avenue Library from a bird's eye view. There are a set of lists that present restrooms on campus. However, the 18th Avenue Library is present on neither the gender-neutral bathroom list or the single-occupancy bathroom list. This lack of digital information impedes collective intimacy, adds to the administrative burden disabled people already have to deal with, as highlighted by Elizabeth Emmons' article, Disability Admin, where she espouses the invisible cost of being disabled. And with that, we have concluded the research aspect of our presentation and project. We have the following conclusion. While construction of this restroom does markedly improve accessibility of the 18th Avenue Library, for many disabled trans, non-binary, and gender-expansive people, especially given the other ADA accessible restrooms are gendered, but not all needs are met. Failure to update digital maps and signage seriously restrict potential positive impact on access for disabled trans, non-binary, and gender-expansive students, faculty, and staff. With that conclusion, we offer the following recommendations. For the ADA coordinator, we suggest adding an automatic door to be ADA compliant. Further, we suggest adding to OSU's digital list of gender-neutral restrooms and digital map of single-occupancy restrooms this location in the 18th Avenue Library, as well as a consideration of other outreach efforts to ameliorate the current situation. For students, faculty, and staff, certain needs that are likely met consist of a low toilet seat with grip/handlebars and low lighting, whereas ongoing concerns may include an inaccessible door to some wheelchair users, a crowded and loud entrance as well as smells from a nearby cafe that may trigger food allergies or chemical sensitivities. And we conclude with a slide of references that were integral to our research project, including an ArcGIS website that contained a digital list of restrooms on campus that no longer is extant, followed by articles that informed our research, including Elizabeth Emmons' Disability Admin, The Invisible Costs of Being Disabled, Michael Gill's Allergic Intimacies, Food Disability, Desire, and Risk, Mia Mingus's Access, Intimacy, Interdependence, and Disability Justice, Margaret Price's Crip Space-Time, Access, Failure, and Accountability in American Academic Life, and lastly, Sins Invalid, Disability Justice Principles.